what? In London, in London, in London. Now we had a truck pass. All right, let's let all the noise pass. Because I'm not trying to talk too loud without a mic so the whole neighborhood can hear me. But anyway, what's up, fam? We are here in London, Brixton. And today we are going to talk about the benefits of solo travel and sugar daddies. I know you're like, what, traveling and sugar daddy? Like, how do the two relate? Well, this is how they relate. As I'm traveling around the world, young women always ask me, ages 20, 30s, they're like, Ray, what advice would you give to young women? Solo travel at least once and have a sugar daddy. And I'm gonna explain to you why. And when I say solo travel, I don't mean like go on a vacation or a business trip. No, I mean like you're purposefully choosing to social travel. You're choosing to step outside of yourself and go somewhere using a passport. Yes, you can go on vacation, say, yes, Ray, I'm going to Italy for my vacation. Okay, fine. Okay, it can be a vacation, yes. But it's with the intent that you're going to travel, not just vacate. Because I often find when women or men or people vacate that they rest, they stay in bed, they drink a lot, they party. They don't really travel into the actual core of that country, into the native local experience, right? That's what I mean by solo traveling. Going to another country, going from your own continent to another continent, going through customs, going through borders, going through passport control, yes? And of course you can go to the Caribbean and use your passport, but that's not what I mean. I mean to another continent where you step foot on that terrain and you hear another language. There's different foods, different smells, yes? Because here are the three benefits to traveling. Solo traveling before you're married, while you're young. I say before you're 40. I actually say before you're 30. But I know for some women, they're late bloomers as myself. Excuse the moving. It's windy out here, so it's moving my tripod. Praise Goddess. But anyway, so the benefits of solo travel. What are the benefits? You learn. What are three things that you learn? Number one, flexibility. How to be flexible, how to assimilate, how to acclimate, how to be adaptive, how to be flexible. What do you mean be flexible? So what, you want me to let people run over me? No, I didn't say that. I didn't say be a doormat. But when you're solo traveling, especially as I'm solo traveling now around the world, I'm traveling full time, you have got to be flexible. What you gonna do when the train is late? What you gonna do when you miss your flight and it's out of your control? What you gonna do when the friends you're supposed to connect with don't hook up with you? What you gonna do when it's like you gotta kind of be like MacGyver. If you don't know what MacGyver is, I'm aging myself. Go and Google MacGyver. I'm sure they did like a remake of MacGyver, but go and Google the first original MacGyver. He would always be in crazy situations, and he would know how to assimilate, how to adapt, how to acclimate, how to be flexible. Yes, I'm telling y'all, I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from a very religious background. That was a hard lesson for me. And I still have a hard time being flexible. How can I be mad that the plane is late? Like, that's out of my control. Like, I have to breathe through it. Ooh, Lord, that's what happens when you feel my side. I gotta breathe through it. I gotta, woosah through it. I gotta meditate through it because it is so hard being out of control. That's where flexibility comes in. That's where adaptivity comes in. Adaption or being adaptive, I don't know how you want to say it. That's how assimilating. These are key words that you learn how to do. You practice it when you are traveling. What's another benefit of traveling besides flexibility? You learn how to be alone. You practice being alone. I'm gonna do a video on that. The fear of loneliness, the fear of being alone. And knowing the difference between loneliness and alone. Lonely and alone. Loneliness and aloneness. Yes? So you practice being alone. And I believe being alone is a choice. Because you could be in a marriage and be alone and feel lonely. You can be in a crowd of people and feel unheard, unseen, right? alone. Yes? So how do you practice being alone? Well, solo travel is going to teach you that. Okay? It's going to teach you that you got to plan your own trips. You got to plan your own meals. Sure, you can call up your friends that you know who live in that country, or you can find out from natives and locals and reviews and figure out where to go. But it's you figuring it out for yourself. You don't have someone to bounce things off of. You don't have someone to plan things with you. You have to do it alone. And that is just the basic core. But even more basic than that is knowing that you're enough. Having confidence in yourself. I talk about this in another video where I talk about how to be safe as a solo traveler. You gotta know you're enough. You gotta know that all you need is you. And everything that you need is within you. You just gotta dig deep, know it's there, and so it is. It shall, how do you say it? It shall reveal itself to you. Yes? So you have to practice being alone. And solo traveling, it's like a faucet for me. I know how to turn on being alone, and I know how to turn on being in a group. People be like, well, Ray, you're such an extrovert. You're so open. That is true because I'm a performer. I'm an artist. But at my core, I'm an introvert. I would rather stay in my house. I don't need to be going nowhere. Because I know once I step out my house, I'm no longer alone, and I have to turn it on and be on, right? There's something to that, especially when you lived in LA for 9 years. You know what it means to be on. When you're on Broadway, when you're in TV, film, you know what it means to turn on, right? And then you also know what it means to turn off and what that alone time is. But I think being an artist also too helps me. It teaches me how to be alone. But solo traveling, you're like, well, Ray, who cares? Why do you have to be alone? Why do you have to practice being alone? Because practicing being alone is how you are self-sufficient. Because me, I was the first to be codependent. Ooh, needy and clingy. No. With women and men, it didn't matter. Professional, personal, mad codependent. No. Stop the seeking validation and approval. Learn, practice how to be alone. My girlfriend's mama told me a long time ago when I was young, stressing over some dude, sweating over some dude that I shouldn't have been sweating over. You need to practice being alone, Ray. You need to practice being alone. I'm gonna do a whole video on that. How do you practice being alone? What's the difference between loneliness and alone? So what are the benefits of also traveling? The third benefit for me is you learn personality. But how do you learn personality? You learn how to have a personality through networking, through community. So you learn how to build a community through networking, which helps create, grow, activate your personality. And I know y'all all be like, but Ray, but this personality is key. A lot of people be talking about pretty privilege. They distracting you from personality. Oh, but Ray, it's easy for you to say because pretty privilege is relative, okay? I have some girlfriends who you would not consider who have pretty privilege, and they have everything that their heart so-called desire. Why? Because they smart and they got personality. They got sense of humor. And solo travel will teach you that. Solo travel will teach you how to be open, how to build a community, because that's all part of not being alone when you don't want to be alone. Yes? I'm telling you, when you solo travel, you meet so many communities, so many cultures, so many people, so many foods, so many other personalities. It just builds you. It gives you a great sense of self. Yes? A sense of trusting yourself. Because you out here, you flying alone. People be like, so Ray, when you go to restaurants, you sit there and you eat by yourself? Yes? Like, who you think I eat with? But then sometimes a dude will come up to me like a billionaire or a millionaire and want to treat me to dinner. It's because they can probably sense and feel my energy, my personality, the brave, the bravado. Is how you say it? The bravity, the courageous, the cow. Ooh, Ray, what are the words? Ooh, Ray. Speak English. Use your words. To be so courageous, to be able to sit down and have a meal by yourself. It's like women don't know how to do that. People don't know how to do it. Even men don't. Oh, you go by yourself? Yes. That's how you meet people. That's how people come up to you. That's how you create your network, your community, your personality. So now that you have this personality, you start attracting people. Who do you entertain? Well, at once in your life, young ladies and young men, you should date a sugar daddy or a sugar mama. And I'm gonna tell you why next. Okay, fam, let's continue. Oh my God, I had to like erase. You know what? Traveling, hi, how are you? I have so much footage. I need help. If you guys know of a great editor, someone that I can just like send them all my content and they can like do dope edits with it and tell some great storytelling, please let me know. Oh my God. I'm suffering, y'all. I'm suffering. Okay. The benefits of having a sugar daddy, at least once in your life. Sugar daddy, sugar mama, it's all interchangeable, okay? So the first one is luxury, taste. I remember one time I was dating a billionaire, and look, that's relative, because you could be in a hood like where I grew up, and you could be dating the corner store owner, right? And for you, he got a lot of money. Even if he's making just like $50,000, that's a lot of money to some people. My homegirl, her father, so my homegirl's in her 50s, her father was almost 80. And in his dying days, he was smashing, I think she was like 35 years old. And I was like, yo, what does she do with your father? She was like, that's her sugar daddy. My father has nothing to pay but food stamps, social security, you know, and everything he had, she gave it to her. So she just, for her, it was a level of luxury. It was a level of taste, yes? Now, if you're gonna be dating high-end billionaires and high-end millionaires, luxury builds taste, okay? Even if it's like McDonald's level taste versus caviar taste, you understand what I'm saying, y'all? Everything is levels, everything is relative, okay? So the girl who was dating my homegirl's father, for her, you know, she was getting better stuff than she was getting before in Spam. You know, so she's getting like Spam and hot dogs, and now she's able to go to Applebee's. It's increasing her luxury level for her. It's increasing her taste. Now for me, I got trips and offered houses and cars and all kinds of things, yes? And in that experience, I learned a lot about taste. Because when men have money, they spend money on nice stuff. Some of them do. I'm not talking about like, you know, basketball players and rappers. Oh, goddess, did I say that? Oh, yes, I did. That's mad stereotypical, but y'all know what I'm saying. I'm talking about high-end sugar daddies, yes? High-end. Like the ones who know what quality is, okay? I remember one time, this dude, he was like, Ray, I'm gonna buy you, we're gonna go shopping, and I'm gonna buy you what feels good. Not what only looks good, because you think it has to just look good. It needs to feel good. And that's when I learned about fabrics and how things feel on your body. Yes, luxury taste. I remember one time he took me to the Joel Bouchon, which was like an Italian restaurant. Each ticket was like $500, yo. And this lady who was working there, the hostess, she was like, ma'am, it is sold out. $500 seats sold out. So what's so great about this restaurant in France? Yes, we were in Paris. This is before I'm in Paris. Now we're in France. Well, now I'm in London, but you know what I'm saying. We were in Paris, and he took me to this and I dated white billionaires and black billionaires. Oh, praise goddess. Okay. Because sometimes I just want to feel luxury. Sometimes I want to be at peace. Sometimes I want to, you know, we'll get into the peace part next, right? But there's a cost to this, which we'll get to too. All these things are building factors for y'all. Building factors. You should be doing this before you're 30. But some of us are late bloomers like myself, so you might not be having a, you know, a sugar daddy before you're 40. Or maybe you won't have it. I'm just saying, if you do experience it, don't be trying to cheat people and mistreat people to have a sugar daddy. No. But if you have the chance of sugar daddy just wanting to spoil you and show you the luxurious life, you know, a life where you just do nothing because, like Anna Nicole Smith, simply because you're you, say yes, do it. Don't feel guilty, don't judge it. Yo, I don't care if he's 40 years older than you. I don't care if he's shorter than you. I don't care if he's in the race. I don't care if he's not the size you like. I don't care if his is small. You go and you try it and you experience it, because there's something about experiencing luxury, especially for black women, especially for poor women. Yes? We're taught, especially as black women, oh, you need to have good grades, you need to study, you need to this, you need to that, you need to have a job, blah, blah, blah. And often in our lives, we over here taking care of men, spending our money on these men. Go and watch these Judge Judy's. Judge Judy's, yo, her number one gripe in any case is women who give men money. Women who buy men stuff, yo. Judge Judy be going in on these women. She's like, that's dumb, that's stupid. So for us, you get a chance to experience luxury, taste, high-end stuff. Let me go back to the Joel Bouchon restaurant. So I'm there, and my homeboy there, the guy I'm dating, we're there, and the hostess says, well, it's sold out, but I would advise you wait, because if someone is not here 15 minutes after their slot, you can have the slot. Because what happens is they start at like 8 o'clock, right? So we were there at like 7:50. So she's like, if the last couple is not there at 8:15, then you get the slot. So yo, we were there waiting like this, yo. At 8:16, yo, she gave us the last seats, and they were center seats. And what's great about the Jean Robuchon restaurant is you look straight through to the back, and you actually see the pig. You actually see the octopus, like the octopus, right? And what they do is they chop it in front of you, they scale it in front of you, they in front of you. You don't choose nothing, they pick everything for you. Luxury, high-end, taste, right? And it's something you should experience once in your life. It's like a first-class ticket. Because once you experience it, you taste it. And then you know how to manifest that into your life. I'm not saying cheat and steal for it, but you know how to manifest your life for yourself. For yourself. Because now I can take my own self to a Jean Robuchon restaurant and have a good time by myself, which takes me back to being a solo traveler. Because why? I'm enough. Look, y'all, this all relates. This is how you build. This is how you get better in life. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I still got a lot of work to do. But I'm getting better and better every day. Anyway, so continuing. Luxury, taste, moving into peace, a sense of peace. There's nothing like being with a man who makes way more money than you and can sugar daddy you, or a woman who makes money and sugar mommy you, and you know, you learn about how to be at peace. You don't have to worry about anything. What do you want to eat? Sushi? What do you want to eat? Surprise me. Where do you want to go? What do you want to buy? Peace. Peace. There's a level of peace. I'm not saying there's no problems, but there's peace, and there's something about that peace that you, again, experience so that you can create that for yourself. I'm not saying be mean and wicked people and be tricky and shasty and shisty and shady. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that these are experiences that you should have so that you learn how to give them to yourself. Okay, guys, you should hear the little kitty crying. I should do footage of this kitten, yo. This kitten is a Black Panther. Hey, listen to you meowing. Ooh, I be spoiling you. Anyway, okay, so let's continue. What is the benefit of having a sugar daddy? You learn integrity. And let me tell you why. Well, I believe you eventually learn this, right? I think you learn that life, sure, you need money to survive. You should have respect for money. I'm all about having money, yes. But you learn, oh, poor kitty. I don't know if you guys can hear this kitten. This kitten is literally crying to me and trying to get out, but she can't. This kitty needs to be outside. But anyway, I'll show you a video of her later. What integrity teaches you is that when a man is paying for everything, or a woman is paying for everything, there's a cost, okay? There's a little bit of freedom that you have to give up. And for some people, that's okay, right? I have girlfriends who are like, let me be a housewife. Let me not have to work ever. Let me not do anything. Let me be taken care of. I'm okay with that, right? And I will cook, clean, okay? I will do it all. Then you have other women who are like, you know, I'm not really sure that, I need to have a sense of self where I have a say. Because when you're dating a billionaire, sure, yeah, they want to do what you want to do. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, you do what they, you got to do what they want to do at the end of it. And that's just the way it is, because they're paying for everything. So you learn that there's a cost, for everything in life. Anytime you do an exchange with someone, there's a cost, y'all. For me to sit here, there's a cost. There's a cost in data, battery life, time, energy, light. There's a cost. And that's what you learn. You learn there is a cost in life that you always have to pay. And what are you willing to pay? Dave Chappelle talks about this. He talks about how he went to Africa and how his teacher, when he had to break down and lost the show, or quit the show, and his teacher said to him, when you become famous, there comes a time when you're gonna have to sell yourself, sell your soul, not to the devil, but to the business. And you need to know what you're going to be willing to pay. What is the cost you're willing to pay? Right? So this is why I just say solo travel and sugar daddies, because they teach you the 6 pinnacles, I think, the 6 important building blocks of life. Okay? Flexibility. Flexibility is key, y'all. How to be adaptive, how to assimilate, how to go with the flow, how to be flexible, yes? How to learn how to be alone. Know the difference between loneliness and loneliness, how to be alone and how to not be alone. Yes, the third one that I talked about, how to have a personality, how to build a community network. Yes, use your personality to build community and to network so that you're not alone as you go through the solo travel experience or as you're in your daily life, whether you're solo traveling or not. And with sugar daddies, you learn how to understand luxury and taste. Yes, I always say it's so important to know how to hang in the ghetto and how to hang on the yacht. I think those are gifts. How to hang in the street and how to hang in the rooftop. So important. People call it code switching. Whatever you want to call it, you got to know how to do it. Also how to taste what it means to be at peace. Yes? Peace, peace, peace. So key. A lot of us come from trauma and traumatic situations and we don't experience a lot of peace. Peace. What that tastes like, feels like. Yes? And last but not least, understanding integrity, responsibility, accountability, and knowing what things cost. Knowing what you're getting into, having intention. Yes? And you're like, well, how would sugar daddies, they teach you this, sugar mommies, they teach you this, because you learn that there's a cost in those kinds of relationships, and you learn what cost are you willing to bear, how are you going to be accountable and responsible for your life, and how are you going to get all those things that I just talked about to create for yourself so that you have a better journey, a better experience as you tap into freedom and joy, right? I'm going around the world, y'all, to see how artists of color experience joy and freedom through their artistry. Yeah? As I try to collaborate, interview, and meet and share my music too and build my own audience. So we're all in this to learn, yeah? But yeah, I hope those 6 components help you in some way. RAEDIATE, we in Brixton, London. I love you. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Holla! Oh! And thank you for almost 700 subscribers. And y'all, if you haven't seen my latest video, open up for my newest single, make sure you go and watch my single. Open up all your heart. That didn't sound so good. Open up all your heart. That might be a little bit better. Maybe I'll edit that out. Ciao, ciao.